What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Glad you could be here with me today. Today we're going to be shooting some guns. I'm going to go over what firearms we brought today and what our targets are going to be for the day. So first we'll start off with the firearms. See what we got. First thing we brought is a 300 blackout pistol, our 6.5 Grendel. Of course, I had to have our 22 long rifle, our Remington 870 shotgun, and for our pistol today, we're gonna have just our regular run-of-the-mill Glock 19. So I hope you're excited. I'm excited to get to shooting and seeing what we got. For our targets today, we do have some interesting items that we're going to be shooting. So have you ever wondered, or have you ever gone around in your mom's house or your grandmother's house and you see all these trinkets and you're like, I wonder how much those would explode if I shot them? Well, today we're going to be answering that question. We have a few items that we are going to be shooting today that normally wouldn't be your regular targets, but we have a couple of nice little trinkets that normally would just be in your mom's or your grandmother's house, and today we are going to explode them. For our first target today, we're going to be shooting this nice glass, not sure what this would be, filled with a blue liquid. I'm gonna go put it down range, we'll get to shooting. All right, we got our Savage Model 64 22 long rifle loaded up. Got our eye protection and our ears on. We're gonna go ahead and take that thing out. That was crazy. Let's see the results. That was wild. Let's go see what our next target's gonna be. Next up, we are gonna be shooting our Glock 19. We are loaded up with some Hornady zombie ammo. Y'all remember zombie ammo? Came in those green boxes. Looks like the critical defense, but has the green tip. So we're gonna be using that. And our next target is going to be this nice golden skull. It's got some red liquid in it. We'll see how that does. All right, we got our Glock 19 with our zombie ammo. We'll get that loaded up. And we might have to get a little closer because it is kind of a small target for a pistol. Go ahead and clear our gun. Those little green tips, they look pretty neat. I think that's pretty interesting. Did a heck of a lot of damage to that skull. That was a pretty interesting shot. I wasn't expecting, turn my slow-mo off, I wasn't expecting that to blow up that much. So that was pretty fun. The liquid was spilling out a little bit at the bottom, so we didn't get as much of a liquid shot, but it'll be interesting to see what the slow-mo shows. All right, for our next target, we're gonna be shooting this purple, I don't even know what you would call this, but this purple glass. We got it filled up to the top, got it nice and sealed. Got it nice and sealed, filled up to the top. I think we're gonna get a pretty big explosion out of this. I think it's gonna be fun. So we're going to actually shoot it with the 6.5 Grindle. So this is a Palmetto State Armory 6.5 Grindle, and we are shooting some Hornady SSTs. That's what I use for hunting. They're going to be going pretty fast and should cause a pretty big explosion, so we'll see what we get out of this one. Set that down. We'll go put our target down range. All right, for this one, it's going to be a pretty big explosion, so we're going to stand back a little bit further than we have been. All right, we'll get this loaded up. Got one in the chamber. Take it off safe, and here we go. All right, for our next target, we have a pretty interesting cup. So the cup is a little glass cup, and as you can see, when you fill it with liquid, it gives you a little Mickey Mouse impression. But today, it's going to be used as a target for our experiments. We are going to go back to our Savage Model 64. I think it's going to have enough power to do some damage and cause a pretty good explosion. That glass is pretty thin, and these mini mags, they hit pretty hard, so should cause a nice explosion on those. All right, got our 22 LR, our Mickey Mouse cup down range. We'll get our ear protection back in here, rack us in around, see what happens. That was a pretty nice explosion there. Let's go take a look at that, see what happened. Well, I don't know about y'all, but that's been pretty exciting shooting these things. We still got a few more targets, so stay tuned. See what our next target is. All right, our next target, I like this one. It looks like some kind of maybe sugar dish or something. It's a cow, sits on its udders, has a tail for a handle. Obnoxious. We're gonna see what we can do with this one. And for our firearm that we're going to shoot that with, we are going to be shooting our 300 Blackout pistol. This is a Anderson lower with a Palmetto State upper. It's an 8.5-inch barrel, 300 Blackout. And we have our Burris, I think it's called Burris Fast Fire, but it's the AR F3. With pistol brace, some wood furniture that's 3D printed. I'll link some stuff in the description, and also a little blast can on the end. Our ammo that we're going to be shooting is some 200 grain Subsonics full metal jackets. We'll go ahead and see what that does. Lock that back, and we are going to take our target downrange. All right, we got our 300 Blackout ready to go. This is not a muzzle, this is not a suppressor, it's just a muzzle device to blast some of that concussion forward. So even though we are shooting subsonics, we are going to go ahead and put our ears in. Always got to protect that hearing and that sight. Make sure you wear your glasses in your ears. And we'll get our 200 grain Subsonics loaded in. Here we go. Didn't really explode too much. Let's go see where we hit. Looks like we hit a little bit low, so we're gonna aim a little bit higher, see if we can get a little bit better explosion on that. There we go. Head's still standing. Let's see if we can knock that out of too. Those were some pretty explosive shots. I'm glad that we were able to hit on target. Those 200 grain subsonics, nothing to play around about. They may be traveling slow, but they are hitting like a hammer. Let's see what our next target is going to be. All right, for our next target, we're going to have a festive plate with some salt and pepper shakers. Nice little chicken and a rooster with a nice festive plate behind them. And the gun that we're going to be using is the Remington 870. And we're going to be loaded with some Nitro Turkey number 4 shot. Some 3-inch high brass. So that should be fun for my shoulder. Let's get this down range. Here we go. Those 3-inch nitros will put hurting on some turkeys. All right, guys, we got one more target. Let's get that set up. All right, guys, for our last target, I'm pretty excited about this. It's our biggest target that we've shot today. We got a big strawberry. Not sure what it's used for. It has a very old Walmart sticker on it. So it's definitely some kind of classic cookie jar or something. It has a seal around it. You could probably put some sugar or something inside here, but definitely something that would be sitting in your mom or your grandma's kitchen, just waiting for you to shoot it. All right, guys, this is gonna be our last target for the day. We got the giant strawberry sitting down there. We got the Remington 870. We got the bone collector turkey choke. It's extra full. And we are gonna be shooting some 3-inch Nitro Turkey number 4 shot. All right, last target of the day. Let's make this a good shot. Whoa! Did you see that explosion? That was pretty awesome. Let's go check out the damage. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. I appreciate you watching. Again, my name's Thomas. This is my first video. I'm glad you could be here with me. If you enjoyed this type of content, be looking for other videos coming up. We're going to be doing some other shooting activities. We got some gun range videos coming up. We got some other tests. We're going to be doing some experiments with different objects and how bulletproof they are, and just other gun loving videos that we're going to be having here in the future. So if you enjoyed today's comment, make sure you like and subscribe. Check us out on our other social medias linked in the comments or in the description. And thank you for joining me. Have a great day.